have the power.
Hey Hero fans, this is Todd, and today we're going to take this cool Mondo Skeletor and we're going to classicize him. Yes, it is time to see what fits on him and what fits on a Classics figure and how I can make it work. So I have some cool ideas, so let's turn the camera around and let's try this out. Here he is, 200X Skeletor. Now this is the most coolest 2000X, I'll take that back. This is the most coolest Skeletor ever made by Mondo. I don't know about Mondo, but by anybody. But Mondo made this guy, and he is phenomenal. He's based on the 2000X styling. The joints are super smooth. It's amazing. It's awesome. I love it. And you're like, why would you change a thing, Hebro? He is just like a cool figure. Yes, he is. But you guys know, Classics is my jam. And he's just a little bit too tall for Classics. Now, I could live with it. It's not that big of a deal. But I'm just going to see what the art of the possible is. So, I went and made my own 2000X Skeletor a long time ago. And this was the second one that I made. And it took a little bit of time to make it. I used the original 2000X Skeletor. I bought the one that came with the battle ram to not have the hole in the back right here for the button. And I had to use the Filmation style one because there's no bumps on the wrist to put these on there. But this is the Super 7 Filmation one. You could tell because of the size of these little holes. The first one I made, I used the Mattel one. And it looked really cool. And I was really bummed that I ended up selling that one and then remaking it with the 2000 or with the Super 7 one, because it's just not as good. The hands aren't as good. The coloring's not as good. So I decided to go ahead and yes, blow the money for Mattel. So I got a Mattel version, which the coloring is just so much better. It just looks really good. His loincloth is crooked, so I'm not too upset about that part because we're going to be covering it up in a little bit anyway. But we're going to go ahead and see what we can do to make this guy into a 2000X He-Man and the Masters. Well, not He-Man, but Skeletor and the Eva Masters of the Universe. Let me find my scissors. Let's get him open. Let's get it open now. And first of all, these Skeletors, you probably know, are not very cheap. I actually think I spent more on this guy than I did on the Mondo one, which is kind of ridiculous. Oh, you know what? I should change my background. I just noticed the background of this is this right here, which is a cool background. So I'm going to change the background on my television to match. All right, the background's been changed. And now we can continue on now that I have the right background. And see, look at that. I got the flames actually flaming. Boom, boom, boom. So cool. And I got the idea from this. But there you go. Anyway, so now that we have him, let's get him open. And like I said, this is a really cool figure. Mattel did a really good job on it. Now, there was 2 different versions of this guy released. And I will talk about that in a second. Let's see, did I get all the strings off him? Nope. And the sword does not have any strings on it. Oh yeah, it does. It's got 1 string on it. Hopefully I cut that close enough. Ooh, yep I did. There's the sword. And here is his Havoc staff. The staff of Havocness. And here is the Skeletor. I'll see if I have the first release or the one that was released a little later in the line. We shall soon see. Yeah, look at his loincloth. That is so far off. A little bit of heat to fix that probably. Yep, you can see how it's not even centered on there. There we go, it's a little better. Alright, so the way you can tell is the feet. If there is a big, giant, major gap in the foot right here, then you have the first release one. If it's nice and tight, like this one is, and you have the one that was done a little bit later as a running change. Now all the He-Man have a gap, but the Skeletor one, they fixed it in the middle, so it's stinky. There's no He-Man ones that have a good foot, but they have this really crazy ankle rocker. I don't know why they went with that joint. It's just the weirdest thing. Super 7 got rid of that immediately when they made theirs, which was I'm glad they did, but still. All right, so there we go. There is our Skeletor. And let's take a look and see what we can do to make this fit. So first of all, I love the accessories. Super 7 did an amazing job on these accessories. Ouch, watch out, it's sharp. And look at the sword. Look at that sword. Oh man, it is so cool. Love it. All right. So first off, let's pull off the armor. The armor. Now I do not want to destroy this figure. Usually I take and I cut off these little things here. I think because these hang so low, don't have to worry about that. So we're just going to leave that alone so I can get his head off without doing any damage. Nope, gonna need some hot water. All right, let me go get some hot water so I can get his head off. I'll be right back. All right, I got my hot water here. Let's go ahead and try to get his head off. Time to take your head off. Stick him into the hot water. Now, it shouldn't take very long. It's not to heat quite as much as we normally need because it's already loose. So this should go pretty quick. And I'll show you the difference between the Super 7 and the Mattel, why it just bothers me. I mean, Super 7 did a good job at the end of the line. But at the beginning of the line, they were just so far over the place with bad color schemes and everything else. So look at the difference in these hands. Just these hands alone are a huge difference. I mean, these look really good. The Mattel ones and the Super 7 ones just are not cutting it. Super 7, Mattel. And even the coloring. Look at the coloring on here too. Super 7's really shiny, just a bright blue. And this one has like shading on it and very nice. All right, I'm done complaining for right now. So you know what? I'm going to steal his bottom legs. I'm going to stick him in the water. I'm a little afraid too because I painted it. Oh, look at that. They just pop right off. Well, that was easy. That was easy. Okay, but I'm going to have to take his off though. His won't pop off so easy, I don't think. Nope. So let's first see if the armor fits. That's half the battle right there. I should remember where it plugged in at. Oh, way up here, I think. There we go. Way up at the top up there. And let's see how this fits on the Filmation Mattel version of Skeletor. Now my plan is to keep watching Mondo to get another one of these. I don't need the timed edition. I just want the regular one. You know what? That fits really good. I'm sure it's a little loose, but I can just put some poster putty on his chest and oof, jam it on in there and I'll be fine. The sword's what's holding it down. Maybe once the head's on and the cape's on, it might fit better. All right, so now I need the hard part, and that is his loincloth here. And last time I had to separate him to get it off right here. Let's see if I can get him apart without heating him up. Nope, it's going to take some heat. So let's pull his head off first. And then we'll just stick his arms over his head. Now we just got to heat up this little section right there. Oh, you know what? I need his arm pieces too while I'm at it. I want to mix them up right and left. There we go. Oh, well, I'll get his loincloth off first. Fit. Oh, such a tight fit. Okay, let's see if he's hot enough yet. Now, last time I burned my hand on He-Man doing this, so I need to be careful. I have to dump out all the water out of his torso here. There we go. Let's see if we can get this apart now. Oh, yeah. Hey, all right. Well, that was easy. Man, it's still tight, even though I, wait a second. Oh, it comes apart. Well, that's going to make it easy. Well, now, isn't that special? I always love when things are that, you know, I'm taking this sword off. It's just too hard to deal with it while I'm... He-Man's did not come apart that I know of. Come on, fit together. There we go. It's a nice snap. So I got it together. There we go. Well, that's looking really good already. All right, time to get his hands off. Look at this hand first. I'll put his body back together before it cools off too much. Now, only one thing to make this even cooler is if these were somehow able to come off and go over the top of his boots. That would be awesome. But unfortunately, there's no boot cut here. I'm not sure how they're connected. I don't want to destroy them because my goal was to be able to return this guy back to normal if I choose to. So because of that, non-destructive stuff only. I guess while we're waiting, I could take off his head because I'm going to use this head here. There we go. I'm going to use this cape here. Geben Sie deinem Hand. Ugh. Oh, it fits just perfect. I don't even have to heat it up. Remember, He-Man's I had to heat up and squeeze it on there. Let's get his hand back in there. Hooray. Hooray for Hollywood. Dun, 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 Hollywood. Oh, I can feel it giving. There we go. A little bit of give and take. Let's stick his hand back in there. You can do it. Hooray. All right, well, that's looking really cool. Let's pull his boots off. Not the boots. All right, let's see if that's long enough. Probably not. Hooray. Ugh. So these pieces here, I forgot who they came from. I think they came from King Hiss. Nope, they didn't come from King Hiss. There we go. Whew. That was one tight piece to get on there. Okay. Whew. Press fit into place. Look at that. Time for the armor. I'll just stick them both back on. Come on. You know what? I might put the cape under the armor. I'm still debating. Now, I guess it'd be kind of weird because I have to go under the straps too without putting holes in the cape. Look at my fingers from doing that stupid boot. Ugh. The Z cape. Now, this is actually Darth Vader's cape. We just slide all this water over back. And the 200X custom head I made years ago. Oh, yeah. That looks so cool. All right, now for the cootie raw. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Look at his eyes. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Light up red eyes. Let's put that Havoc staff in his hand. Dun, 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 dun. You put the sword in his back. Now, I know he came with his own cape. The Mondo one, but the cape's just too weird. It's not easy to set up and make it work. There we go. He is set. That looks so cool. Oh, only if Mattel would have made these years ago for classics, I would have completely loved that. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Yes. All right, so that's my journey. I'm going to turn the camera around. So that's my 200X Skeletor. Oh man, he is so cool looking. I know he was pretty spendy because obviously the Mondo figure cost a fortune, and Filmation figure I just bought cost a fortune. So together, this is probably my second most expensive figure next to He-Man. I know it's ridiculous. Hopefully I can get another Mondo Skeletor. I'm going to be on the lookout for one. And but until then, my poor Mondo is going to be naked. I'm naked. But still, I could easily put the stuff back on him if I choose to. So nothing's destroyed. So that's cool. All right. Yes. Oh, that is so cool. I am loving this. Look at these two. Look at them. Oh. Oh. Man. The figures I've wanted since 2002. All right. Well, thanks for joining me. Like they say in the 1987 movie, good journey. Bye now.
If you found enjoyment, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Do it.